Good morning, natural gas. It's Tuesday, April the 14th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And today for the spot May contract, we're currently trading at 2608, down 1.9 cents or 0.72%. We've got 2 weeks left in this contract and we keep sliding lower. It's a mudslide lower. This is a new 1.5-year low on the spot continuation chart. The RSI is low. We're in oversold conditions, but the energy ETF is still rolling today, may finish tomorrow. That will relieve some of the selling pressure on this spot May contract, but the weather is just not cooperating. We've got some mild temperatures right now, and then we get cooler as we get into the month, and this is going to push demand even lower yet again. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. And as you can see, we're down below the daily pivot, which came in at 265.5. We went down to first support 258.70, and we held. And currently right now, we tried to move up just a few minutes ago, but failed yet again. So we're going to go back down probably to test that 258.70 mark. The RSI is trying to turn to the upside, but we're lacking any type of momentum right now. How about the LNG markets? Well, guess what? It's still a mess in the Strait of Hormuz. The United States is in day 2 of its blockade. And over here, we have the LNG tanker GasLog CRGY. And GasLog has been over at Las Rafan picking up some cargo, it looks like, maybe half a load, and moving it north up into Kuwait. Again, Kuwait does not have much gas. It has a lot of crude oil. So it buys gas from Qatar, and it looks like GasLog has been doing this shuttle service. What else is going on? Well, the Sea Eagle, HLC Eagle, is going to be picking up the first cargo from Golden Pass. And currently right now, it's north of Cuba right now on the tip, the eastern tip of Cuba. It's moving a little slower than it has been. It's slowing down as it gets into some tighter traffic areas here. It is still expected to be inbound to about April the 22nd or 20th, with somewhere in the 2-day period, 3-day period, to pick up the first cargo from Golden Pass. And how is Golden Pass? Well, we're currently over 355,000 MMBTUs. Again, this is less than half of the Train 1 capacity, which is between 800 and 850,000 MMBTUs. So it's still chugging along, waiting for its first export cargo here in probably about a week. How about some of the spreads? Well, this is the May versus July. Again, we're talking about the Boyle ETF here, rolling from May out to July. Unfortunately, because July is at a premium, that puts more pressure on the investors here. They're losing out. You need backwardation for this spread for the investors to do well. Unfortunately, that's going to put some more pressure on the value of that ETF. Again, the Boyle roll stops either today or tomorrow. How about the front to back spreads? Well, we're at a critical junction here for Jan versus the October spread. That's one of the injection spreads. And as you can see, we're right at the 382 retracement here at 144. And we're currently trading just right below that, right there at it. So we're down about 2%, 2.9% today. The RSI is still in the negative, so it's in the sell mode. We'll see if we close below 144 today, 144.4, and then that will target 131 for that particular spread. How about ERCOT? Well, we've got plenty of renewables. Once again, we're going to be in the 40,000, 45,000 range for a number of hours today, and that is out of about 64,000 is the current forecast for today in ERCOT. Right now, as you can see, the renewables, that is solar and wind, are picking up about 50+% of the fuel mix in ERCOT. Natural gas is down to 32%. How about the weather? This is what we're talking about here. We're going to go from the beginning of the forecast, and as you can see, we're getting 70s and 80s across the south and across upper parts of all the way up into Ohio Valley and even up in the upper Midwest. Then that cold air starts to push this out to sea. As you can see here, going through, and there it is. Look at it. You got a curve here of cooler air is pushing out that warm temperature here, and this is about April the 19th, about 5 days away. So we get some cooler temperatures going into next week, and then we start building up that heat in the west, and then again through the following period out to potentially the last week of April, we start building up some more heat. But right now, it's a battle between the warmth and the cold. Let's turn to Europe, and Europe has got some cooler weather coming through right now off the Atlantic. Then some colder weather comes in from the east, and then there's another pocket of cold air that comes in around the 20th here and really starts to push into parts of Germany and France, and of course, all the way down into Italy and Turkey. And this really continues out through the 22nd. So again, about 8 days from now. And then that continues for a few days as we get through the forecast period. It doesn't look like it warms up here anytime soon. This is the 28th, and Germany and France are pretty cool as far as temperatures from normal. So let's take a look at where storage is. This is actually the Norwegian production. It's doing fairly well. There was going to be some maintenance here, but I think they're postponing some of this because Europe desperately needs the gas. We are down a little bit here, but there is no major outage for Norwegian production. How about the storage levels? Again, the pokey puppy here is the Netherlands over 6%, but we do have Sweden down to 10%, and of course, Croatia down to 16%. And as you can see here, Portugal continues to do very, very well. But it is going to be a very strong injection season for Europe. And how about Asia? Well, much of the same. This is going to be modest temperatures here through the forecast period, a little bit warmer than normal. And then we do see some cooler weather pushing that out to sea as well. Similar pattern to the United States. But overall, generally speaking, we do see some cooler temperatures around the 26th, but that doesn't last too long. And then we're back to seasonal temperatures. How about the U.S. nuclear fleet? We're currently at 19.2 gigawatts that are offline. That's well within the 5-year range. Our northern tier reactors, Seabrook, RE Gina, and of course, Fermi are down. Palisades, we're still keeping a careful eye on to see if this ever comes back online, but we'll see. It's supposed to be in the first half of 2026. The rest of the fleet is doing well. We're going to peak out here, and then we're going to descend into July, getting ready, get ready for the summer heat if it ever shows. How about the hurricane season? Well, it starts June 1st in the Atlantic, and as you can see here, it's going to be inhibited by the Saharan air layer. This is the dust that's coming off the desert here and pushing all the way over into South America. So even if something were to stir up early, it's going to run into development problems as this dust clings to that water and drops. So this is what caused our low hurricane season last year. And it looks like, once again, the Saharan air layer is very, very active. How about stocks? These are stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float over 10%. This is the stocks in the oil and gas E&P sector. And as you can see, everything is in the red. CNX behind me down 0.52%. And here again, recapping for the spot May contract, 2 weeks left until expiration. We're currently trading at 2608, down 1.9 cents or 0.72%. We're mudsliding lower, looking to see if we can get some relief, but there isn't much coming up on weather, and we're almost done with the roll here from the Boyle ETF. So hopefully we can stabilize here and begin our process of making the seasonal low. Right now, we're still stretching for bullish fundamentals. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.